What is up, YouTube? Live via satellite here, and today we are discussing Kingdom. And in particular, guys, we are going to be talking about the top 5 generals I'd hate to fight for. Now, guys, in Kingdom, the foot soldier is considered fodder. Many a foot soldier's heads have gone flying, just like this guy right here. But this morning when these guys woke up, they weren't expecting their heads to fly like this. They were hoping that the general they were under would lead them in a good direction. But unfortunately, guys, not all generals are made equal. So we need to find the 5 generals that we would stay away from, because the name of the game, guys, is making it home. Okay, so starting off the list, guys, I actually have someone who's kind of controversial. After saying all that about making it home alive, this character would probably be considered controversial because he's probably the most successful general in Kingdom. But I had to put him on the list, and you'll see why, but it's Hakukai. Now listen, I know he's one of the 6 great generals, and he was actually the leader of the 6 great generals, but this guy has issues. And I know what you're thinking. I don't like him because of the eyes, okay? But on a side note, guys, these eyes are bugged out, man. They actually remind me of Judge Doom from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Yo, if you remember this movie, shout outs to you. And shout outs to people who were crushing on Jessica Rabbit, just like I was. Interesting fact, Jessica Rabbit is based off a real life actress, Vicky Duggan, from back in the day. But yeah, I digress. Now listen, I hear so many complaints about Kanki. And I agree, Kanki he's a scumbag. And you know how they all have stats, like in 10 stats you would see like cooking 100. Well, let's say Kanki had a stat for compassion, and his compassion is at 5 or 10 or something like that. Hakugai's compassion would be like in the negatives. He would have a negative 15 or greater, because this man literally decided he was gonna bury prisoners of war. And I even think that this is something that even Kanki wouldn't do. Like 400,000. That number is just ridiculous. That's almost like 500,000. Like, he buried 400,000 people alive. Like, do you know how crazy it is to try to bury something alive? I couldn't imagine trying to bury 400,000 people alive. And if you're one of his soldiers, it's not like you can say no, you know? Like, if you said no to Hakugai, you'd probably wind up in the pit getting buried too. And like, all the people were just cursing him. And honestly, I was going to make another video about the curse of Chohai being like real, because look at this dude's face early on. This is his face in the flashback, and then this is his face after the flashback. And you could see he doesn't look like he's been getting much sleep. And I think the curse actually took effect on him. And if it took effect on him to the point where he committed suicide, it could have possibly took effect on many members in his army. Listen, you would have developed serious post-traumatic stress dealing with something of this nature, dealing with something of this magnitude. Even his commanders were asking him, please don't make us do this. And he made them do it. So he's asking them to do something so disgusting, you know? So I wouldn't be surprised if many members of the Hakugai army killed themselves, just like Hakugai did. So this is why I'm putting Hakugai at number 5, because as a member of his army, what's the point of winning if you can't live with yourself afterwards? At number 4, guys, we have Ordo. Yes, the infamous Ordo is number 4. And yes, we all know that Ordo takes L's. But the type of L's that Ordo takes is the thing that makes it so unbelievable. In basketball, man, there's a move. This move is called the pump fake, okay? And in this move, you fake like you're taking a jump shot. And your whole objective is to get your opponent in the air so that you can dribble around him and, you know, then take a jump shot or layup or whatever. Ordo is falling for the pump fake every single time, without exception. Pump fake it when you're around Ordo, he's jumping in the air. Easy bucket. So the guy's supposed to be the king of the mountain, right? But not only does Osen school him, but he schools him in the mountains, his home turf, which just makes it even more disrespectful. So first, Osen abandons the fort. Now, at this point, Ordo is just excited because he feels that he's won this battle. But little does he know that all Osen did was pretty much lure him in to a trap that he had already set up in advance. Osen proceeds to annihilate 8,000 of his elite troops, and then Ordo has to pull back to the fort anyway. The coalition army could not figure out what Ordo was doing. Well, Ordo was sitting there babysitting a fort because he was too afraid to make a move, because he thought one of Osen's traps would be out there for him. Meanwhile, Osun's on the other side of town. He's giving them long distance L's. Anyway, he was psychologically trapped. Psychologically, Osun had already won the battle. So after being schooled by Osun, that wasn't enough for our man Ordo. Nope, not enough. He decides he has to mess with Riboku. And this is embarrassing because Riboku doesn't even give him the time of day. He literally gives him an L from across the country. This guy tries to invade Sika, and he has 20,000 men against the 5,000 men of Shibasho. Riboku gives him the L because he knows that Shibasho can hold him. So then he's going to go take a couple cities from Yan, which make Ordo have to turn back around anyway. So this dude Ordo gets telepathic L's from Riboku from across Zao. He didn't even go in his direction. He wasn't even worth Riboku turning his gaze away from Quinn. That is why Ordo is number 4. All he does is catch L's. So far, we've seen him do nothing but lose. So at number 3, guys, we have Hoken. Now, as we all know, Hoken is very, very strong. But as a leader, he leaves a lot to be desired. Because normally when battle breaks out, Hoken is nowhere to be found. He pretty much goes into milk carton mode. Have you seen this general? Big Hoken face on the back of the milk carton. And yes, I understand that he's a token general. But back in bio, when we first got introduced to Hoken, we didn't know him as a token general. It was kind of odd when Shin was cutting off Fuki's head on the first day of battle that Hoken was, taking a nap. What general, no matter whether they're a token general or they're an elite general, they're a strategist, whatever, no general should be out taking a nap. He should not be taking a nap during game time. Like, imagine you're on an airplane and both of your pilots are taking a nap. Would you want to fly on that plane? I wouldn't think so, right? You don't want a general who's gonna, while you're out there fighting, blood, sweat, and tears, you're out there laying it all on the line. Where's your commander? Where's your captain? He's taking a nap. He's night-night. Then you see him later on in another battle and he's on horseback just riding around chilling. Hoken does what Hoken feels like doing. Hoken basically, he's not a team player. So that is why Hoken to me is number 3. Cannot have this guy as my general. Alright, so at number 2, guys, we have Gohame. Now Gohame is very talented. I will admit he's a talented general. But I mean, this guy, he just cannot be trusted. Like, he has 0 loyalty. These hoes ain't loyal. No, they ain't. Whoa, these hoes ain't loyal. Like when the Shin unit is closing in on his HQ and he has a chance to escape, the man sets somebody else up to take the fall for him. He has somebody else dress up just like him so that when Kaiokai arrives, Kaiokai slices that dude's head off. Like, what did he promise that dude? Dude, you'll have 72 virgins waiting for you in the afterlife. Take the helmet. Trust me, I swear they'll be there. Like, he had to have some sort of game plan like that, because I'm thinking, like, he couldn't told the dude I'll kill you, because, hey, the dude probably said, well, I'm about to die anyway, so why would I worry about it? So what really got me hating this dude, I didn't even hate that much. I kind of was mad about that, but I said, hey, he has to survive. But what really got me going was when Shin ambushed Gohame and Ryo. I was kind of like, wow, I couldn't believe Gohame looked at Ryo and said, watch out, Gohame, escape Gohame, or whatever he said to him, so that Shin would think it was Gohame and he sliced him. Even Ryo was like, because he even thought it was a hoe move. Even on the way out, he couldn't believe that he pulled a move like that. This is a general I wouldn't want to fight for, because he can't be trusted. He cannot be trusted. He's going to put you in bad positions over and over again, and he doesn't have any value for any life but his own. So, at number 1, guys, it is no surprise. You all know who my number 1 is going to be. You guys should have known who my number 1 was at the very beginning of this video. So coming in at number 1, the person I would not want to fight for the most out of all the generals in Kingdom, it's Heki. Okay, it's Heki. And the reason it's Heki, guys, is because, let me explain this to you. Heki, to me, is like, remember when you were in maybe Little League? You guys probably played midget football or something like that, right? And there was this one kid on the team. He sucked. He sucked bad. But he got a lot of playing time. And do you know why he got a lot of playing time, guys? Because Daddy was the coach. Okay? Daddy was the coach. So Heki's the son, and Shobunkun is the dad. Shobunkun makes sure that Heki gets in the game. That's it. That's all there is to it, guys. Because there is no way that Heki is a general right now. It shouldn't be happening. When I saw Heki was a general, I thought I was waking up from a bad dream. I'm like, why? What did he accomplish that he should be a general? And I know there's a lot of Heki love out there, and I'm not saying Heki's a bad character or anything like that, but he just seems too average to have moved up the ranks. He got to where he got to because of the people he knows. Let me tell you something. A general should be able to lift the morale of his troops. Can you see Heki lifting morale? Can you see Heki getting people hyped up? Like, I really would never be able to get hyped up under Heki. Like, nothing about Heki brings the hype. Like, you have to ask yourself, what exactly is Heki good at? Like, most generals have something they can bring to the table. Heki gets into a lot of trouble often. And 90% of the time when Heki gets in trouble, another general with more clout comes to save the day. You know what Heki says when that other general arrives? Follow their lead! That's what Heki does, man. He's always telling you to follow somebody else's lead. Heki is a great support general. I'll give him that. He can support people, but he can't be the go-to guy. Now, I know I'm saying all of this, and I'll probably be proven wrong in the upcoming events of this arc, but it is what it is. And if Heki is lucky enough to get with Yotanwa, that would do nothing but strengthen the theory that Heki is Kingdom's version of Krillin. And guys, these are just my own personal top 5, but you guys are more than welcome to put your own top 5 in the comments below. And also leave a like if you liked the video, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.